The Jeopardy game is broken into 3 rounds of play: Jeopardy, Double Jeopardy, and Final Jeopardy. Once you've selected the game and registered your players, hit begin on your host remote to start the game.
This is Jeopardy!
After Johnny Gilbert's famous "This is Jeopardy" introduction, the game board will appear and you will hear Alex Trebek announce,
"Here are today's Jeopardy categories."
The first category name will appear on the screen. Read the category name aloud for your players. To read the category explanation, hold down the correct button on your host remote, then press select. The description of that category will appear on the big screen, so you may read it aloud. To move to the next category, press select. Repeat until all the categories and explanations have been read. Ask the player whose signal light is lit to choose a category and value. For example, our solar system for 800. Use the arrow buttons to move to the category and value the player requested. When you see the appropriate box highlighted, press select. Read the clue that appears on screen, then press begin to activate the buzzers. When the green timer bar appears, the players have 7 seconds to signal in by pressing the button on their player remote. Here's an important tip. Players can't ring in until you press begin and the green bar appears on the big screen. If players ring in too early, they'll block themselves out from gameplay for a fraction of a second. Holding the button down can also block gameplay and can stop the remote from working properly. Be sure to tell your players to wait until they see the green bar before they ring in. As we tell our contestants on the show, it's best to buzz in like rapid fire. If no player signals in within 7 seconds, no player will appear on the top of the screen. The screen will automatically return to the game board. The player who selected the previous category gets to choose again. If one or more players signal in, when the first player signals in, the signal light on that player's remote will turn green. If another player signals in also, but is not the first to signal in, their player remote will turn red. The timer bar on screen will turn red once a player signals in. Call on the team or player that signaled in first. They will have 7 seconds to respond. If the player responds correctly within 7 seconds, press correct on the host remote. The word correct will appear at the bottom of the screen. If the player responds incorrectly within 7 seconds, press the incorrect button on the host remote. The word incorrect will appear on the screen. A player who has given an incorrect response cannot ring in again until a new clue is given. Press begin to give the other players a chance to respond to the same clue. The green bar will reappear, and again the players will have 7 seconds to ring in. To move on to a new clue without giving the other players a chance to respond, just let your players know not to ring in. Press begin and let the green timer bar expire. Press begin again to return to the game board. Sometimes you may only want to give one player a chance to respond. For example, if a category has true or false clues, the player who responds incorrectly will automatically give away the correct response, in which case you can make the clue single play. Single play clues allow only one player to respond. If the player responds incorrectly, press begin and the player's score will be adjusted and you will return to the game board.